Hey everyone, I am here with a quick deck overview of Namine Himtide, the Phoenix Born of Soaksend. So this is an Ashes Reborn expansion deck. I got the deluxe, which also comes with the dice. I'm pretty sure that's actually how this Phoenix Born comes. So it comes with the sympathy dice, which is pretty neat. I love the teal color. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to go over the my favorite cards, and there's quite a few of them here. So I'll get started now. So Nimin Himtide is a very, I guess, her deck does a lot, I feel. He It allows you to draw cards, it allows you to use Encore to get cards back. Um, it's pretty strong in destroying units, I think, as you'll see as I go through these. And the conjurations are, I think, some of the more easy to play ones out of all the others I've played so far. So the ability for Namine is Calming Melody, so that requires a side action, an exhaust token, and a music die to draw one card. I can place one exhaustion token on this card and one exhaustion token on a target Phoenixborn. So this is useful when you're playing against a Phoenixborn that has a really strong Phoenixborn ability, and you'll want to exhaust it so that it can't use it if it requires an exhaust token. So this is pretty good. It may not always be, one of the better ones to play. It does require music die, not basic, but it does help in those situations where you're facing a Phoenixborn with a very powerful ability. So you can try to stop that if you can with the means. And then we have one of the conjurations. This is Squall Stallion. It's got lightning speed, and that means the unit cannot be targeted by reaction spells and opponent controls. It also has this unexhaustible condition here, or ability, and it says target Torrent 1, and it requires a side action. Place one card from your hand on the top or bottom of your draw pile. If you do, place one status token on all Squall Stallions you control. So as you can see here, there's a little 2 on the bottom left, so that means you can have 2 Squall Stallions out at a time on your battlefield. So that means with Torrent, you can actually put a status token on up to 2 Squall Stallions. And the significance of that is because the attack is X, and X equals the number of status tokens on this unit. Alright, and then it also has a life of 3, so that's pretty good. And again, you have these two, and these, this is actually one of my favorite cards in the entire deck because it's just how beautiful this horse is. So that's the Squall Stallions. We have the Salamander Monk Conjuration. It has Spirit Form, and when this unit is destroyed, place the Salamander Monk Spirit Conjuration onto your battlefield. Attack 1, life 1, and as you can see, it also has a max limit of 2 on the battlefield, so you only have 2 of these out at a time. And again, if any of these end up being destroyed, the monk spirits come out. And it has similar stats, 1 attack, 1 life. But these, you can have up to 3 out at a time. This does have transparent. This unit cannot block or be chosen as the target of an attack. So that means the only thing this spirit could really do is do the attacking. So it will be really useful to have all 3 out at a time. This way you could attack with 3 units, possibly to a Phoenixborn, for a total of 3 attack. And then one of the most powerful allies, River Scald. So this one has Harsh Melody. When this unit comes into play, draw 1 card. You may discard 1 card from your hand to deal X damage to a target unit. X is the magic play cost of the discarded card. Attack 2, life 2, and recover 1. So all these stats are great. It requires a main action and 2 music notes to play. But River Scald is really such a staple in this deck. So, why I love this card and why most people do is because you get to choose a card from your hand. And it doesn't have to be the card you just drew. It could be any card in your hand at that moment to deal X damage to a target creature. So say I had Shatter Pulse in my hand. Shatter Pulse costs 3 magic dice. So that means I can deal 3 damage to any target unit. And most of the time, that could likely destroy a target unit. So the only thing is that you do have to discard a card from your hand. So you have to discard Shatter Pulse, which means you can't use it. So I'll get into what Shatter Pulse does now. Shatter Pulse does require 2 music and 1 basic die. You may play this spell after a unit you control is destroyed. Destroy a target unit. So this card is really good because you get to destroy a target unit. It seems like regardless of what defense or attack or whatever it has, life, it doesn't matter. You could destroy that target unit. You may change 2 dice in the target player's active pool to a side of your choice. So in addition to destroying a target unit, you can also change 2 dice. So that's very powerful. It's worth the three costs here. But at the same time, I often use Shatter Pulse for the 3 costs to destroy a unit when I play River Scald. So I'll put that there. And the Crescendo. This one's good too. So it says you may play this spell after you have declared attacker. So it's a reaction spell. It does require a music note and for me to discard a card from a hand. I get to deal 1 damage to a target unit I control to deal 3 damage to a target unit. So that's pretty good. I do have to obviously damage one of mine, but sometimes that's worth it to destroy a target unit of my opponent's. And then we have Flute Mage. He is an ally, and what I love about him is his Enliven. Enliven means I get to use it as a side action and exhaust it to remove 1 exhaustion token from a target unit. So oftentimes you'll see that I will unexhaust River Scald, or was there someone else I usually maybe it is just River Scald. Let me see. Was there another ally I'm missing? Yeah, I'm guessing it's just my River Scald or my String Mage. Anyway, so yeah, Enliven's pretty good. And then we have Guilt Link as a ready spell. So after 1 or more wound tokens are placed on your Phoenixborn as a result of a unit's attack, place 1 status token on this spell if it has no status tokens on it. So the value of that status token is that you can use the side action and exhaust the spell to remove a status token from the spell to destroy a unit I control. And if I do, I choose a target player to destroy a unit they control. So unfortunately, I had to destroy one I control. So likely it would be a Salamander Monk so that I can get my Salamander Monk spirit back and I'm not really losing anything out of my battlefield. And if I do, choose a target player to destroy a unit they control. So I don't actually get to choose their unit that they destroy. I just choose a player and they decide which one they destroy. It would have been great if I could have chosen, but that's not the case here for Guilt Link. String Mage is an ally. It does require a horse die and a music die, but it has Exchange Link 1, which I think is pretty good. And its stats is really good. Attack 1, life 3, recover 2. So this one could take a lot of damage, and it could really help save the rest of your allies or conjurations on the battlefield. Because its ability says move 1 wound or status token from a target unit onto this unit. Or I can move 1 wound or status token from this unit onto a target unit. So how that could work is that, say I had a status token on, for whatever reason, I had it on a River Scald, but it would be more valuable on a Squall Stallion. So I could use my String Mage to move that status token from River Scald to String Mage, and then later on move that status token from String Mage to Squall Stallion. So that means the attack of that Squall Stallion increases by 1. So that's pretty neat. And then, thinking about the wounds, if someone is likely about to die and I don't want it to die, maybe Squall Stallion has a wound token on it. I want it to last a little longer in the battlefield, so I can move the wound token from Squall Stallion to my String Mage. Keep in mind you can't actually move it from your Phoenixborn to your String Mage. It's only your target unit, and Phoenixborns are not target units. Of course, we have Magic Siphon. So this one just requires a music die to ready, and then you have your side action. Change 1 die in your active pool to a side of your choice. Change 1 die in the target player's active pool to a side of your choice. So essentially, I usually use these on myself, both these parts. but you can target another player if you want. And then the final card that I really like is Encore. So say I have a river, all my River Scalds were destroyed. They're in my discard pile. I get to use Encore to get them back into my hand. So I could look at my discard pile, place it on top or bottom of my draw pile. I usually place it on top, and then I draw one card, and that would be the card that just placed on top. So that means then I get River Scald into my hand. So that's pretty neat. I really enjoy Encore. It really helps me cycle through the cards I have in my hand, but still somehow get them back. So I think this is very valuable to the deck. Anyway, that was a quick overview of Namine Himtide, and it has I don't know, it's got a lot going on. I really like it. It's not hard to grasp, which is good for a beginner. And so I would recommend, if you're new to Ashes, to give Namine a try. There's not a lot of combos going on except for the Squall Stallion and the what do you call it? The status tokens. So you might find yourself, once you get your Squall Stallions out, you might find yourself using Torrent a lot as your side action, um, and that could really help you in this game. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick overview. I'll see if there's any other decks I want to highlight next time. Thanks.